So this is step one every year of the fusing and scripting of the show. So what I've done here is updated my fireworks timing and fuse length Excel document with the new cakes that I picked up this year, and what I include on there is an image, so they're easily identifiable. You don't have to go by the name, but I also have the name and the item number, so that makes it easy to reorder. I have the number of shots that are included in each cake. I have the burn time for each one of these cakes, so this is from the first firing of the shell to the last remnants of the break. And from that, I've got a what do you call it, a formula in there that will calculate the exact fuse length I need in cannon fuse. I'm sorry, actually that first one I believe is perfect. No, that's cannon fuse, okay. The exact length I need in cannon fuse and the exact length that I need in perfect fuse. Obviously I don't put in quick fuse because quick fuse is quick, so there's no need for that. But it gives me those lengths, and then I have a little tool that I use to pre-cut those so that I can trigger one cake into the next cake without having to individually wire every single one of them with the eFire igniter. It saves me a lot of money in terms of not having to buy a huge setup, which by the way would be nice. If I had it, I would use that, but I don't, and I haven't been able to justify buying one of those yet. Because I've found it pretty easy and almost kind of fun to do it this way, and it's way less to do during your show, way less to worry about. You're hitting I've got 24 cues. That's all I have to worry about actually firing off correctly. So versus hundreds. So at any rate, we've got that updated, and now we'll just start wiring stuff up. Not wiring, fusing stuff up. Okay, so this is really where the magic happens. Ready to start wiring up my board, so I've got everything spread out where I need it. I've got all my supplies ready to go. Tons and tons of fuse. Got the table where, as I'm wiring my work on this table, and you'll see just above that, hanging on the ceiling, is the Excel spreadsheet that I showed you earlier, all printed out, easy for me to see and read from. And this process usually takes about 6 hours or so, the fusing portion of it. I put another, honestly I probably put about 3 hours into the audio track, and then not just the audio track, but it's the timing of that, so I get the effects right, or as close to right as I can get. I am not a professional, but yeah, all said and done, it's probably in a full 12 hours when you factor in all the little stuff you do and updating the spreadsheets and stuff like that. But it is a labor of love. So let's get to wiring. I hope you enjoyed that video montage as much as my fingers are sore doing it. But the bulk of the work is done. I've got some detail stuff to take care of. I got some foil I need to do on my bigger cakes down the end there. But for the most part, the vast majority of the work here is done. So I'm not going to walk through every single one of these by any means, but I'll give you an idea kind of what the plan is. This first little board goes way up towards the crowd, and there's nothing major, obviously, nothing heavy hitting on this, but this is where my flag is, and I had a flag set up last year that people seem to really appreciate, so this year I'm going to set the same flag up, but we're going to do something with it. We're going to start with some low multicolored fog smoke, and that transitions through colors over the span of about a minute, and will give me some nice colored fog, because I also have lights on that flag, so I think the lights will light up the fog or the smoke. Should look really nice. And then these are all separately wired and are queued up to the music. And then we get into the main show, which is sitting off in the back. And the main show this year I have 7 different boards that are long fused together, because this is really just the backbeat to the music. So this gives you that steady, you know, a little bit of variety, but not a crazy variety of shells in there. And the pace of that backbeat speeds up the further we go down the line. And yeah, so there's 7 boards there. Again, I'm not going to go through all of it, but you'll see the lighter stuff, the 200 gram starts off, and then we end up in some good 500 gram cakes towards the back there. The musicality portion is set up kind of on the end here. So you'll see I've got 5 of these guys rigged up, and these give you a fan spray of 200 gram shells, and they all are set to go off simultaneously. And they're a mixture, but they're all picked to complement each other. I've got some symmetry and all different things. I've got random ones, and then I've got symmetry in between these 5. So those are all individually wired up with igniters. And then these guys are going to be really cool. I can't wait to see them. Got a green with MV, so that's a V zipper cake, 15 shots, very quick. And I've got that combined with those white strobe mines. So these will hit instantly, and then I've got about 15 seconds of pretty cool looking cake there with the green with MVs. So I have 6 of those guys all wired up, all the same. Go over to the racks. This one is actually, this is the last thing that will fire at the very end. This is a, I don't know how many are in here, whatever there is. It's probably about 30 or 27 shells, and as you see, they're wired up with the quick fuse down the ends and a 1-second delay between the 3. So in 3 seconds, boom, 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 it's going to give me a massive salute right at as the final kind of the final bell this year. My shows usually end kind of awkwardly, so this is the first year I'm really going to try to focus on having it end with an exclamation point, very firm, no little, you know, tracers or something still kind of hanging on towards the end. I want a really nice clean end, so we'll see how that works out. Next rack, these are 9 shots a piece, straight fired, and they are on quick fuse, so about 1.5 seconds between each shell. These are going to be used based on the music as well, and I've got 3 of those queued up. And then this one is part of my finale rack. You'll see what this one does. These are two center fire, 2 angled, and they are quick fused this way. And then the timing is done by the pink quick fuse here, which is going to give me, again, about 1.5 seconds between each one of these firing as part of the finale. This one scares people, because this one, it's pretty violent every year. I love that cake, or that rack. As part of the finale, we've got the first board. Actually, they're very similar. Let me zoom out. Yeah, I guess I'm zoomed out. But this starts off the finale. This will run 81 seconds, and then it cuts into this guy at 58 seconds, along with this rack. So at the final end of the finale here, those 2 dark horses are going. Sky Ballet, this entire thing is quick fused, all to go off at the same time, along with this. Now, I'm not 100% sure that's enough, and if it's not, I've still got more I can do here. I've still got a good amount of shells left, and I don't know. We're gonna chew on that for a bit and see if I'm gonna look at last year's and years past. I can never remember every year how much muscle do you really need to throw at that final 30 seconds or so to get that completely bleached out sky. And this might be enough. We'll see. I got to do some more research and make sure I'm on the right track here. So the firing systems are all set up. You'll see these guys are labeled, so I can set them up in the field easily, because between now and we're doing our show on the 30th of June, I will have completely forgotten what goes where. So these are easily labeled. Every single wire tells me where it goes. B8. Every single thing is ready to wire up and get fired, and I don't have to rely on my ridiculously bad memory. So yeah, so that's that. I did acquire another item for this year that is not directly fireworks related, but I want to show it to you. We covered the new audio system for this year, which is definitely going to draw even more power, I think, than my old system. So I got me this little toy. This is the Ryobi. It's the 2300 watt. It's 1800 continuous 4-stroke, super quiet inverter generator. I've tried to run extension cables out to where I need my audio set up for safety of the fireworks, and that doesn't work so well. I end up with somewhere around 90 volts by the time I get out there and start to put a load on it. I've used an inverter. I've got a pretty big inverter, but that's just not stable either. When the bass hits, it just, no matter what, it comes down to a 12 volt system and it just can't keep up. So my brother let me borrow one of his, are similar to this, last year, and the thing just purrs. You don't even hear it. Nice steady power. So I grabbed this guy, so I'm pretty excited about this one. And it's got Bluetooth, because God knows we need Bluetooth on a freaking generator. Yeah, I'm building my beautiful light tower. I'm sure the state will be trying to copy me on this one, and I better get this patented. This is a pull rod and 3 work lights, so patent pending. Don't even think about trying to steal this idea. It's all mine. All mine. Well, with that, folks, I think that does it for the setup video. My next video related to fireworks is going to be on the field setup, but that won't happen until the 30th. And by the time we're all done cleaning up after the party and all that stuff, I won't have that posted until a few days after that. But we're getting really close, and I appreciate all of you watching very much. If you like this type of thing and want to see more, hit that subscribe button right there. Here's some other firework related videos you may enjoy. Ooh. I gotta go.